Seed number 11 in this race, and Rainmakers is seed number 14. I'm gonna look at their PBs as well too really quick, so give me 1 second on that. What are their PBs? FasterSuperSonic on the leaderboards has a 47.43, and Rainmakers has a 52.07. And there we go. Now we're off. Oof. Are we getting hit by that by Wallaby? He got bad pattern there, unfortunately, which just kind of happens. Oh, Rainmakers also gets hit too by that Sparky instead. Those Sparkies are very annoying. Where the Walladoos can use their beam on you, if you get hit by a Sparky, you lose like 2 or 3 seconds because of knockback. It just has a lot of end lag to it, which sucks. This is how it is. Ooh. The Supersonic taking a very quick, very nice lead to start off. Sweet. Very clean beginning of 1-2 for both runners. Rainmaker's taking the high route though, not choosing to go on the ground too much. That's not too good, because if you are in the air for longer and if you're like puffing up for longer like that, it's not fast or anything. You won't be running most of the time in this game. You won't be on the ground running unless you like can't avoid doing that. However, this is one of those games where if you actually avoid all the enemies... Oh, that was a nice avoidance there in Supersonic's part. Never mind. He just slipped like right between both of that Cappy there and that Blade Knight. That was very good. We take those. This game has a good amount of luck to it. So there's a lot of luck to this game that you probably won't actually notice yourself. And like when enemies behave a certain way, and if like where enemies like are on like when they actually spawn in. That's where a lot of the luck is. But there's also luck in some boss fights too. And towards the end of the game, there's a few boss fights that have like some really brutal luck. There's also the boss rush in 7-2, which is basically a level entirely comprised of luck too. So there's that. But both runners picked up Burning here, and Burning is probably the second fastest pyre in the game behind Wheel. What Burning does is just give you a huge fireball for a few seconds. You could use Burning to hit yourself against the wall here though, which will damage Mr. Frosty. That's the strat for that boss at least. We're gonna do the same thing as well too for Wispy Woods coming up, the boss of World 1. Now it's actually faster not to do that, not to use Burning to destroy him, but you use that just because, well, it's faster for T1, like way faster for T1 than any of the power you can get at that point. That's why you use that. Supersonic is down to 1 health though, that's not good. You don't want to die with 1 health right now. You shouldn't die to Wispy, because all you do is just like press B a bunch. But if he dies in 2-1, that's not the best thing. Because Burning there is extremely useful. Hey, Chooch, no worries, my dude. I never solo commentated Nightmare Dreaming race before, so I'm actually excited for this. A nice, good fight there. Wispy's a little bit tricky because he won't like a lot, because he like space out your hits so that you can actually hurt him in the first place. Wispy will not allow every single hit that comes to him to hurt him, because he has a little bit of, I guess, like end frame, so whenever he gets hurt, and that time he can't hurt him. This room can be a little bit tricky. There we go. The movement that Supersonic did there, you have to hold up after that first burn he did to not get hurt by that Parasol Wallaby, which thankfully he did. And nice, clean 2-1. Rainmaker's taking the high route here again in both of the coconuts. That's a little bit tricky, actually. You probably shouldn't have done that, but thankfully it paid off for him. Now in 2-2, what you need more than anything else is just any power going into the boss room. Like, if you lose Burning, it's totally fine. What you need here, though, is just Just any power. The reason for that is we're gonna turn around immediately as soon as we land and just get rid of our power and get a double star off of this pothead here. Just like that. And that will allow us to one-hit kill this mini-boss coming up. Just like that, as soon as he spawns in. Oh, Rainmakers with soft resets. Interesting. It's a bold move, Con. Let's see if it pays off. Yeah, now I have Wheel. We're going to be using that for next level, and the rest of this level, of course. It's very, very fast to say the least. That's what we need. Rainmakers opting for NIDL as well. Like I said before, all I need is just any power. Any single power. What you really need is a double star, not the effect of the power. And you got it right there, perfect. The room that SuperSonic just went through is pretty tricky, because it's the first time in the game you see a one-tile gap, which is a gap that's literally the size of Kirby. And those are a little bit tricky to get through, especially quickly. So optimizing a level of a one-tile gap you need to get through is actually pretty challenging in a way. Usually those one-tile gaps appear only because of they only really appear when there's a ladder, because, you know, ladders are the size of Kirby as well, too. This is the first arena in the game. These arenas are... You need to take out every enemy to actually get past the arena. And nice strategy there from SuperSonic. Very good arena. I don't think those rooms have an official name, but I call them arenas at least, because it just makes sense for what it's called. They just have a bunch of like minions just trying to like take you out. That's all it is. You have to be careful not to hold up when getting past level 2 there. I've actually had it before where I've lost runs where I accidentally went back into level 2. Just because I was holding up instead of just holding A there to float up. It's a dumb mistake, but it happens to the best of us sometimes. Nice. The setup for that TikTok boss there is you have to like slide off the ledge and just like hold right and spark after you bounce on the ground. Just to get right in front of him so you don't like bounce or move too far inside of him. Then gates all look like it happened in that fight, and it's really cool. The doors are a little bit too far away for you just like land right on top of. So what the SuperSonic just did there was he used Spark to make it so he doesn't bounce on the ground, so he doesn't go past the door in accidents. Smart move. Ooh, those cans are hard to get past. You can opt as well to just not like run past them so hastily, but you can, if your movement's good enough there, you can get past them without getting hurt, which is nice. But it is tricky for sure. Speaking of tricky, this next room is also tricky. You have a lot of wheel, then a lot of stopping with wheel, then a lot of getting past some enemies with wheel that are trying to hurt you. That was a weird turnaround there. Not sure how that works. And there we go, that was a good room. I'm going to high jump for most of the rest of, or most of this next world, but also for the boss coming up. Definitely get a free health there as well at the end of 2-5 for the boss. And you're gonna need that too, because you don't get hurt. You don't get healed. Actually, get healed in 3-1 if you choose to go for it. Never mind. But after 3-1, you don't get healed too much, so you're gonna need that for sure. This is Pain Roller. Hopefully, it doesn't go to bottom left. He did. Dang. Bottom left loses about a second and a half compared to the top right, which is most optimal. Bottom right's also good too. It only loses like, I think like less than half a second, optimally. The idea behind Pain Roller and just damage in general for using high jump is just getting close enough to whoever you're trying to damage, and if you do that, you do more damage in general. If you get closer to them. Now we're in Barrier Building. It's one of my favorite worlds personally in the entire game. Mostly because of how it works though. So how the world works is that you start very bottom of this gigantic building and then go to the top. And then as soon as the Great Garden hits, you're in the clouds, right outside where the building is. I don't know, I thought it's like a little charming detail in the game. Here's a free health right there. Funnily enough, Worlds 1 and 2 are the exact same in the 100% run, but Here in 3-1 is where the first switch is going to hit to start 100% basically. Oh, now I have 3-2. 3-2 is where a lot of variance starts to happen in this run. A lot of variance. There's that ladder there. You use high jump to get through that. Save one tile gap once again. It's very tricky, but it saves about 2 seconds there and negates all luck in the room. Coming up, we have a little bit of a... what do I call it? I was gonna say tricky trick, but that's just like redundant, and I want to say that. You have a little bit of tricky enemy there, that sword. Goes out to the wheel there. And then we have, most importantly in this level, we have Bugsy. Bugsy is completely random with what he does. This is a fight that takes some experience to get used to, basically. With both of Bugsy's pattern and just in general how he works. Because if you attack him too hastily... oh, dang. So if you attack Bugsy too hastily, you get stuck in your sword animation and just get hurt on accident. And that's not good. Now that SuperSonic died here, what he needs to do is he needs to wait for 2 attacks to go by on Bugsy, and then he'll spawn 2 minions like that. So that's good. The double star does a lot more damage than sucking at both minions like individually. So that was good getting both of them at the same time. Need to get the other one too. Nice. Okay. And now we out. SuperSonic still maintained the lead despite that death. Let's see if TheRainmakers take advantage of that though by getting a clean fight coming up. He does have high jump though, it's gonna lose him some time at least. And that's not good. Hopefully TheRainmakers will bring it back. Despite the fact that he didn't have high jump there. He seems a good Bugsy fights, and oh, we lost sword, that's not good. No, he's got it back, thankfully. 3-3 is a pretty straightforward level. It's my personal... it's probably the easiest level in the game, I'd say. That or 2-1 and burning. All you do is just space your high jumps correctly. Nothing more than that. You shouldn't really struggle too much in this level. Except for that Blade Knight decides to go to the right like that. Or Sword Knight. That's a Sword Knight there. That Sword Knight goes to the right there. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because I have to wait for him a second, but it's all good. It's a pretty straightforward level otherwise. A 3-4, ooh, this is where things get a little bit hard. So, I hope SuperSonic can get this done correctly. So what he's gonna do is get rid of his power at the very beginning of 3-4. As soon as it gets into the arena here, and get it back halfway through it. If he accidentally destroys it, that's not good, because it's losing him a lot of time for 3-5 and 3-6. Oh, he barely got it. Ooh, that was a close call there. Nice. It was about to disappear. 3-4 especially is a very tricky level for beginners, and for less experienced runners as well too. In general, it's just a tricky level. Like, it's really easy to lose a lot of time in that arena. Those purple enemies especially that throw spears at you and rotates, those things do not like you. They usually will go away from where you need them to go, and that's not good, quite frankly. But all things considered, SuperSonic played that pretty well. So definitely take those. Now, using Invincibility Candy right here, you can go straight to where Bonkers is and just immediately take him out. Just by spamming B over and over with high jump. Because the high jump cancels does a little bit of damage too, and that actually matters in the long run. Alright, he still got it. He took a little longer to kill, but thankfully he's still in invincibility there, so that's what matters. Nice. Oof. So, SuperSonic grabbed the cloud during that cloud minigame, and if you do that, it loses the second half every time, so you gotta be careful of that. Those cloud minigames are all timing, so it can be a little bit tricky. TheRainmakers catching up though. It looks like he had a pretty clean 3-4. I just didn't see that at all. So nice. But that frog can be a little bit tricky too. General note here: frogs, aka also known as Sir Slippy's game, they are completely random where they move. Completely random. They just move wherever they please, and you have to just avoid them. Or hope that they don't hit you. / explode when they hit you. I don't know why they're so suicidal, it's weird. It's kind of explode when they hit you, and they move randomly, so they like exploding for some reason. It's weird, but you want to avoid them. Very nice level from, very nice 3-6 from SuperSonic though. And good avoidance there on Rainmaker's parts. Getting rid of that, getting away from the crash bomb. That crash bombs have a huge blast radius, way bigger than you think they'd be. Anyways, here's Mr. Shine, Mr. Brights. He got Sun first, so. Oh, that's not gonna be good from Rainmakers, because he's gonna need the high jump, but it shouldn't be too bad, all things considered. It's gonna save some time in the next term. Yeah, nice fight from SuperSonic. Nice fight there. That fight's pretty straightforward. Just wait for them both to come down and just high jump them. It should take 3 hits if you're close enough to them. Their hitbox is like surprisingly tiny for their model too, so you can just kind of go inside them if need be. Ooh, very clean room for SuperSonic. He's using the high jump strats here, which are kind of newer strats, or at least newish strats, I guess. A Japanese writer named Suzuri did these strats, and we figured out about them recently. That's actually like a second or two faster for that room, or really just in general for 4-1. Personally, I still need to learn them, but they are faster overall. Let's see what Rainmakers gets right here. I'm going Moon personally. Ah, it was Sun. Both runners got Sun today. That's fine. So Rainmakers is a full second behind. He's a full level behind now because SuperSonic's in 4-2. Thankfully, a 4-1's not too long. I think both runners have a minute apart from each other. Losing the high jump there is not good. That high was not being good for him. Hotheads can just randomly throw a fireball at you like that, and that's just not fun when that happens, quite frankly. I'm not hosting personally, I'm just doing commentary. I'm the commentary, Mr._Shasta. That's me, I'll type in chat, the Franker Z. I'm that person. SuperSonic is the runner on the left, and Rainmakers is the runner on the right. That's what's going on here. It's a race between both of them for the Hero Nightmare Dreamland tournament. I think this is the command for it. It is. If there's any details on that, there it is. This is currently a losers round 2 match. Ooh. A little bit of audio issues on SuperSonic's end, but thankfully it's fine. No problem, Brenda. Four 3 is a cool level because you have the wind mechanic here. It pushes you to the right constantly. So you want to optimize your movement to the point where you can just keep moving to the right like that. And SuperSonic lost his power there. Thankfully, losing Spark there is not too bad. It's not much slower. It's like basically the same speed optimally to have no power there than it is having Spark, but Spark is easier to work with at least. Let's see Rainmaker's Town's next fights. We have 2 Papa Bros seniors here coming up. These Papa Bros seniors are tricky because they both do the same thing. Rainmakers often just not go for the optimal strats and just sit there Spark, which is totally fine too. And nice, that was good. Ooh, SuperSonic needs to be careful. This room and next room have a lot of enemies inside them. And also, coming up as a mini boss named Fan who has some random patterns to him, which can hinder his performance and, you know, make him die. So hopefully it doesn't happen. Ooh, SuperSonic doing the shaft turns. A trick named after myself, or after you go off a ledge with wheels, or after you go off a ledge with wheel, you have to turn around last second and then get out of your power. So you don't get stuck in the turn animation. It saves just a little bit of time. And nice, good fight again. Fan there. Now, the hard part is keeping throw through 4-5. Throw is very useful for the arena coming up in 4-5. The hard part is not dying now because he's at 1 health. Thankfully, there's an invincibility cane right at the beginning of 4-5, which hopefully will take him to the arena without getting hurt. But not counter chickens before they hatch, Ed boy. Hopefully, it doesn't get taken out by in the meantime at least. The arena can be tricky though, without having a throw in there. Oof. Alright, cool. Got there unscathed. Oh, he almost got. Oh! A little bit of spaghetti there on Supersonic's then. That's a little unfortunate. He was trying to turn around there with throw, but he kind of messed up a bit, unfortunately. It happens. This fight's not too bad without throw Kirby, but it's definitely faster with it. Because you can take out multiple enemies at once, basically, and a lot of these enemies are in like a linear path, so like a horizontal path rather. That's where they spawn. That's why I want to throw there more than anything else. But you get burrowing afterwards. Burrowing is very useful. Second fastest power in the game, in my opinion. And nice. Very clean ending to 4-5 there. You can go right through his Gordos if you have burning, basically. You can't go through his spikes though. You gotta be careful about that. They can go right through the Gordos with burning. I'm not sure if that burning is faster there. I've seen it before, but like usually get caught by those bomb blocks. Never used that personally in that first part of 4-6. Might be a little bit faster. I'm not sure. Maybe we're just opting for a tomato there. Nice. I forgot that was there actually. Anyways, need sword for this TikTok right here. Now he's gone. He has some random patterns to him. Like TikToks in general will sometimes just out of nowhere slide into you when they're trying to run towards you. And you can't predict that, so usually runners die or get hurt by that. That's happened to me many times before, and it definitely sucks. That stone there is a huge bother too, because he'll also jump randomly inside you, and that's the worst when that happens. Supersonic not opting for the free health on the left. Hopefully it doesn't hurt him in the end. Oh, I won't, because he's soft for saying here. That's smart too, actually. So soft for saying gets you back to 2 lives, and also completely resets your health back to full health. That's what soft for saying does. So good call on his part, because he had free high jump at the very beginning of this boss fight here. Nice. A cool mechanic this game has is the fact that you can cancel your high jump after you use it in midair, just pressing B again. Oh, very good fight from Supersonic. Only thing there can be optimized more is just laying right in the center of that stage after it takes out Krakow. Which reason for that is because otherwise Kirby has to walk there, and that takes just a little bit of time. Alright, let's go. In 5-1, you actually go down a different path than what the game usually wants you to go down. The reason for that is it gets stoned right there, which allows you to get right towards that door much faster than just falling normally. Normally you have to fall down that, you have to fall down in the room while avoiding some enemies along the way so you don't get hurt. But stone allows you to just completely negate that and get down that room faster. The Supersonic now one whole boss and one level ahead of Rainmakers. Rainmakers still bring it back if you just play as cleanly, but the worlds after World 5 are very, very tricky, especially for a less experienced runner. But even for experienced runners, they are the biggest variance in the run for them. Anyways, here's the first instance of Ball in the run. Ball is the most powerful ability in the run. It will allow you to basically 2-hit mini-bosses most of the time. It's very, very good. You'll see that at the very end of 5-2 as well. That's why we get Ball right here. It's very, very good. Ooh. A bit of lag there on Supersonic's end. I'm not sure if he's an emulator or a Game Boy player. Could be a capture card issue, could be his computer. But there we go. See? 2-hit kill bonkers there. That's just how it works. Ball's just OP. That's all I need ball for, so it's fine that you lost it there. You get a power that you need at the beginning of 5-3, which is high jump. This high jump is very useful, by the way. You've already seen. Oh. Okay, good. He's didn't. No, he's not. No, that's not good. I thought he was gonna go like down there and just respawn high jump really quick and then use it. That would've been faster if you did that. Because it's faster for this room too. Not by much, but still faster. That's fine though. In this room, you get rid of high jump anyways to get wheel. Because wheels, it's just intended for this room. If you know he's wheel here, then you really should. I saw a software set on Rainmaker's side as well too after 5-1. I wonder what happened there, where he like had some low health afterwards. Pick up the spike room. Spike room is tricky to optimize, tricky to get through without getting hurt. It's just a tricky room, but he got through it pretty unscathed. Only got hurt once. I think we don't need that wheel after his level, so it's totally fine. Because get that burring right there, and burring is very good. Allows you to get over these gaps here, and unlike wheel, you can get above these spikes here and above, and like be in the air while using it, so it's totally okay. Here comes another arena. Let's see how he plays this one. So it starts out with 3 enemies just swinging on each platform right there. Which, funnily enough, whenever you throw an enemy at those swinging axes, they can't actually eat it. Like, eat the enemy, basically. Or not like, you know, eat it, but like... The star they spit at them can get destroyed by the axe that they swing. That's what I'm trying to say. But phrasing is hard, English is hard. You know how it works. Anyways, this room here, it's actually optimal, really, to just float over it. But it's not optimal to float, period, so you just keep getting rid of your power. And nice, he barely got the tomato before he got destroyed by that spark. Those sparks move randomly. Like, they stop and go randomly, so you have to be careful about them. That was nice there. I've had before, I was on 1 health going into that room, and a spark just hit me right before where a tomato was, and I just got destroyed. It wasn't fine. It was not fun. Anyways, you need ball not only to fall through that very last room of 5-4 quickly, but also for the upcoming mini boss to 2-hit kill it. With a good setup here, he should be able to just roll right into Fire Lion. So hopefully you can just do that straight up and be okay. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Oh, he bounced into him. Close enough, I guess. If he spits a star here, it's not good, because star will not kill him. I haven't said it personally for... Okay, guys. So... Okay, good. Get rid of it. Okay. Oh, no! Oh, he wasted a lot of time there. He actually kept going back in the ball instead of getting rid of his power, so... He needed the burn there for getting a 5-5, because it's faster to use burn to get through his last room. But oh well, it happens. I was gonna say, I haven't said it personally for Fireland there, where I slide into the fight, and then I get ball out and just roll with ball right into where Fireline is, then hold down A, so I can jump right, so I can get 2 hits on Fireline immediately. It's hard to visualize it while explaining it like that, but trust me, it's very fast. Anyways, 5-6 is intended for wheel, so we use wheel here. However, in the 100% run, we use hammer. We get a mix for hammer at the very beginning of at the very end of that room in 5-6, so I can use it to get a button right in the middle of this room. Coming up right here, right through that door. But in 8%, we don't need to do that. This needs wheel as intended to get to the very end of that level. However, we will go back into 5-6 really quickly to get that exact mix, but at the very beginning of 5-6 instead. Nice, Superman got it immediately. The reason why I get that is because Hammer is very, very good for a Heavy Mole right here. It's a 7-hit kill. Only thing that's a little bit random though is Heavy Mole's arm movement at the for his bomb arm, which can hurt you if you're not careful with your positioning and timing. That was nice. Go back in that mix, by the way. So if you select up 2 wheels at the same time like that, on the mix wheel, Hammer appears first. That's why we use it there. Not only because it's good to use in Heavy Mole, but also because it's just convenient. It's a very easy trick that's with a high amount of practice, most runners should be able to get. And thankfully it's a really easy mix to practice too, because it's just right at the very start of 5-6, and if you mess up, you just exit the level and try again. This last room here in 6-1 is very tricky. There's no really good way of doing this room. I found a strat personally that makes it easier for me. There's no really optimal, really fast way of doing that room easily. No matter what you do, you're still gonna need some luck to it with how the enemies move there. When they attack and all that. There's gonna be some luck to it no matter what. It's just how it is. Same thing of this room right here, because those frogs. Like that, see? Those frogs are annoying. But oh well, we get past them. Oh, he accidentally puffed into that wall of dew there. You want to puff into the crash bomb, because otherwise that happens. Where he just destroys you. I found recently, by the way, if you hug that right wall while going up that last room, or that right pillar there, I guess, that crash bomb will not actually spawn. It'll actually despawn, and we'll save just a little bit of time, because whenever a crash bomb explodes, the game just pauses for a frame or so, or a few frames, I mean. Oh yeah, those are splits. So each runner has their own split on the restream, or their own splits going on the restream, and that's how the times are captured here, basically. Because otherwise, you're just capturing an IRC channel, which is how they're racing in the first place, and how they know when they both finish. So the restreamer is capturing both their splits basically, and when everyone's behind, it turns red. When they're ahead, or whenever you're behind, the splits turn red for them. At least for Rainmaker's case. You can turn it off in live splits, which is what the program they're using. I think SuperSonic has it turned off, but I don't think Rainmakers does. Anyways, I forgot to explain earlier, but SuperSonic has a Tornado there. And Tornado is very, very useful for the rest of World 6. So if you lose Tornado, he's gonna lose some time. So hopefully if he does lose Tornado, he hopefully has some backup strats. So it negates the time loss that you can get from it. Alright, the second room of 6-4 is probably the trickiest room in the entire game. There's a few one-tunnel gaps to go through, and a lot of enemies that, if you mess with your timing on, might just absolutely hurt you. Let's say absolutely destroy you, but it might hurt you, and that's not good. Like that wall dude there, he moves very, very fast for some reason, in that very small space, back and forth against the wall. So if you mess with your timing, those little frame drops in SuperSonic sends. If you mess with your timing on taking out that wall dude, you can just get hurt, and that's not good. But yeah, still pretty clean room there from SuperSonic. Nice. Having Tornado for his very last room saves a little bit of time and movement compared to not having Tornado here. So nice. Just Chooch, he calls that room the Nut Shack, because there's so many coconuts in it. Six Side's a pretty straightforward level. You only need Tornado for the very last room in this level. Otherwise, it's not too useful. You still have to avoid all the enemies and take them out along the way, otherwise. It looks like SuperSonic's dropping in a few frames, so apologies for that. Hopefully the internet gets sorted out kinda soon. Yeah, 3 tornadoes in the very last room allows me to get right towards the door. Go back to Rainmaker's screen really quick. He's currently fighting Bonkers. So if done correctly, you can hurt Bonkers at the right time and get 5 hits on him. But it's a bit tricky. You have to like start your power. Oh, what happened? My restream just froze. Let me refresh the page really quick. Yeah, restream is currently frozen. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Now it's going again. I might be behind now. I'm gonna actually pause the... Go back. Alright, that's weird. My restream just froze for a second, so sorry if I missed anything. Okay, now we're back. Anyways. Oh, he just lost Tornado there. That's not good. Having a power going to his next fight is very important, because if you get bad luck here... Let's see what luck he gets. Yeah, you got bad luck there, so only one Mr. Frosty is actually gave him an ice block. Ultimately, you want both of them to give you an ice block, but if they don't, that's why you want the power there. And personally, I want to use the freeze Kirby, which we get from Mr. Frosty to take out the other Mr. Frosty there. Because now you have to rely on some luck. But freeze Kirby is a little bit risky because it just creates a big barrier around you. And I think SuperSonic just took intentional death right there, just so he can get all his health back for the end of 6-6. Honestly, a pretty smart decision, all things considered, because the very last room of 6-6 is very tricky, and also this room can be a little bit harder if you don't know what you're doing. So nice. The thing that makes this arena so hard is the fact that there's ice physics everywhere. If you're not careful, you can slip and slide everywhere, and fly off of platforms, which you don't want to have happen. And yeah, enemies spawn in kind of awkward locations. There's very small platforms in the middle, especially, are huge trouble for doing that room optimally. Oh, SuperSonic opting for a reset there. Interesting. Alright, so here we have Midnights. What we don't want here basically is we want Midnight to block us. If he blocks our attacks a bunch, like those angry nerds on Twitter, then that's really bad. It loses a lot of time. You also attack us randomly. So more than anything else, we want to avoid getting hurts and just hit him as much as we can, but whatever happens, just we can't do anything about it. But yeah, that's Midnight. We took him out. Now we're in the very last world of the game, Rainbow Resorts. Best song, by the way. Song is so comfy. I love it. If you know me, I love the comfiness, comfy feeling. You know, it's good. Anyways, SuperSonic's opting for a free health right there. Kind of a smart strategy. Because 7-2 is the worst bit of luck in the entire game. The most luck-based level in the entire game. It hopefully will not go wrong for either of these runners, but we'll see. SuperSonic's gonna get a ball mix right here. It's the very first power that appears whenever you select up stone, then sword like that. He's gonna use that for 7-2. Like mentioned earlier, Ball will 2-kill mini bosses. However, these mini bosses come up here are actually upgraded because we're in the very last world, so they'll actually 3-kill them instead. If you go to the very top door in 7-2, then you avoid finding 3 mini bosses. That's pretty good. Then you get some more luck. And perfect pattern there on Bonkers for SuperSonic. Nice! Let's see how Fan treats him. Fan's the worst bit of luck in this entire boss rush. And you got a great pattern from him too. You got the roll from Fan, which is what you want. Now Bugsy... Oh, he mistimed his attack right there, but that's fine. Ooh, nice. He got that. He hit Bugsy while it's going just on the very top. Well, he hit Bugsy while it's going away from him, because if you land with ball, you will get hurt. And thankfully, he avoided that. Nice. That was a pretty good 3-2 there from SuperSonic. Nice. Fire Lines is tricky, by the way, as well, too, because you can very easily get hurt by him. It's just kind of random if it happens. Because if he jumps up, you're fine. You also don't want to get hurt yourself by a Fire Line at the very end. If you get hurt by a Fire Line at the end, then you're gonna have a bad time. Because you need burning for 7-3, that's why. You lose time there, in addition to getting hurt as well too. This is not a good time. Oh yeah, the boss rush music in 7-2 is great. I love it. I'm traumatized by it though, because I've run this game so much, and 7-2 has killed so many of my runs, but it's a good song, I will admit that. Yeah, that first room and this next room, these next rooms coming up are why it saves so much time here. They're very horizontal, and using burn as much as you can here is very important, to say the least. Nice. You also want burning for the first room of 7-4. You don't need after first room, but it's very, very useful for it. And the reason for that is because, once again, it's another big horizontal room. However, these birds are the biggest problem with this room, because the birds move randomly. Like, where they spawn, I guess kind of where they spawn is random, but also like how fast they move and everything is kind of random. And you can actually just get hurt immediately out of burning if you're not careful. Speaking of random stuff, the last room is one through with the ball, and that room with the pigs as well too is also random. Like where they both move, so it's easy to get hurt there. However, the room with the bronze birds and the rooms with these fire enemies are not random. So all you need to do there is just move appropriately and not get hurt. Supersonic's gonna opt for Spark right here, which is a faster strat overall, and more consistent strat than using Crash Bomb, which is what you used to use in 7-5 for the boss there. Spark allows you to basically take out the boss without having to worry about his luck pretty much. Strategy for the boss fight's a little complicated coming up, so I'm going to explain a little bit too. So the strategy coming up for him is basically, once he rolls towards you, you jump in the air and then immediately spark. And then if he goes next to the... Oh, that's not good. Rainmaker's me losing ball on 7-2. But yeah, the strategy is basically jump above the wheel enemy. And then if he goes like towards the left wall and then immediately starts... oh, that's not good either. If it goes towards the left wall and then immediately like tries to spawn enemy and throw it towards you, then that's perfect. That's perfect luck. Like that. That worked. Not exactly what I was envisioning, but if it does hit the wall right there and bounces off, that gives you some end lag on that wheel boss, so that can happen there and get a lot of damage on him. Oh! Oh, rip. What Supersonic is trying to go for there is a wheel jump. You just press A, then B to hold down A. So you can get a lot higher for wheel, basically. I think he messed up the input, and then immediately just fell into the pit because of that. That's a big oof right there. But the fact that Rainmakers lost ball in 7-2 is a huge time loss, especially so early on. I hope he gets throw from Fan here, because getting throw from Fan is very important. It will save time for the next few bosses if he does that. All he has to do is suck up like a star, or in this case against Bugsy, one of his little bug buddies that he spawns, and just like put whatever he's throwing inside of Bugsy. And it does a little bit of damage every time. If he keeps throwing, that's important. That is a good backup for it. Oh, and he just died. Anyways, 7-6 is it's my personal favorite level in the entire game. It's a nice throwback to Kirby's Dream Land 1. It's also a very fun level to just execute, especially at a high level. Unfortunately, Supersonic doesn't have wheel for his part because he died earlier. But with wheels, this level gets even faster and it's very, very fun. There's some cool strats of it too as well. I think he's gonna opt for... No, I thought I was gonna opt for it to me up there, but he's not. Hope it doesn't bite him in the butt later. You know, I just died in this next room here, just to save some time. And... No, I didn't, okay. So he's going risky stretch for DD. King DD is final boss, is second last boss of this game, technically. And he has some randomness to him, like a lot of randomness to him. I think what he's gonna do here is he's gonna opt for a softer set after getting out of 7-2. And then he's gonna get ball in 7-4. Yep, I called it. There's a softer set, and there's a ball right at the very beginning of 7-4. That's what I need for DD, because it does the most damage to him. Nice safe strat there from Supersonic. Now let's see what he does. If DD starts sucking you in, then that's the pattern you don't want. That's the pattern where he will hurt you every time, and you can't do anything about it. And nice kill from Supersonic there. Finally have Nightmare Orb, and then Nightmare himself, the final boss of the game. Rainmakers finally getting out of 7-2 as well. Nightmare Orb has no randomness to him at all. So basically, you have to just memorize where he's gonna go, and then just throw a star accordingly to catch where he's going. That's all you do for him. And also just don't get hurt, which Supersonic is doing a bad job at right now. You also mash B even faster so that you do more damage to him. Oh no. Please don't die. Ooh, he got really close to him there. He's taking him out very quickly here. Nice, he got him. The good news is that he does have 1 health, but the good news here is that Nightmare has no luck to him. He's a completely luckless final boss. The only thing that can happen is if he gets okay, so Nightmare takes 6 hits. The only bad thing that can happen there is if he takes more than 6 hits. But it should be GG's if he takes him down right here. Like this should be it, all things considered. Shouts to the cursor on Rainmaker's timer there. Now you can see it. Oh, he's opting for a death here. Interesting. I used to try to be as careful as possible on Nightmare. He doesn't want to risk anything, which I totally respect. The Nightmare is completely immune to damage when he has that purple cape around him. That's spinning like that. The only way he can get hurt is if you throw your Star Rod at the white part that appears after his cape goes by. Like I said before, he has no randomness to him, but he could be a bit tricky if you miss your shots, so you gotta be very careful. That 4th stack in particular, if you hit him too high, he actually can't get hurt. He actually will completely negate all damage. It still has like a immunity hitbox there. Now let's see, you get it? And GG. Congrats on the victory, Supersonic. Nice. According to Spearman's Live, he has a 4650 in the race. According to his timer, it's a 4644. And also, according to the leaderboards, that is a PB, but I'm not sure if his time is accurate to the leaderboards right now. Because his timer was red after he completed his run right there. So I'm going to assume that that's not actually his PB on the leaderboards right now. That's what I'm assuming. But I'm not too sure. Anyways, let's see if he's down for an interview as well too after that run. Alright. Now we got the Rainmakers audio again. He's finishing up 7-4 right now. Going to 7-5. He's got Spark as well too. However, he does have 0 lives, and that's just not good. Hopefully it's not a problem. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
Good run right there. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's a PB, right? At least according to leaderboards.
It's not.
Oh, okay. What's your PB in that case?
It's 545.
Oh, sweet. Gotcha. I was going for leaderboards because the leaderboard still says 47 43 as their PB.
Yeah, I didn't yet.
Okay, no worries. Excuse me, sorry. So, once again, congrats on the victory. What do you think was the best part of your run, personally? Like, what do you think is the best part, and what do you think you can do better in that run? Maker's unfortunately taking a game over right there. That's gonna be a huge hindrance. Rainmakers died earlier as well on 7-2, that's not good. So Rainmakers unfortunately takes some spark strats there. Oh, and you missed the star as well. That wheel can do the same thing basically. Or, you know, that wheel can jump there after he spits out an enemy. Personally, what you do there to avoid that is jump as well. You jump and star as you're jumping. That's what you do. Alright, cool. It looks like he still has wheel for 7-6, so hopefully that'll be fine. Hopefully he doesn't lose it here. Wheel for 7-6 is a very makes the level very fun. It's my personal I said earlier, it's my personal favorite level in the game. And it's very fun to do fast too. It's very good. Yeah. 4553, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you correctly earlier. Yes, Rusang, I noticed in your run a lot, you're doing a lot of the optimal strats. And that's pretty cool. Like, you did 4-1 of high jump earlier, really cool.
Yeah.
I still need to learn that personally, but nice. The biggest tip I can give to you though is try to smooth out your execution a little more, because you are doing a lot of the optimal strats, but your movement could be a little bit better overall.
Yeah.
Which it just comes from time and just practice. Oh, taking a death immediately on that wall, dude. That's not good. I'm not sure what he was going for there. I'm not sure if he was going for the mix, or if he just wanted to go past the wall, dude. That's not too good. It's a little bit unfortunate there in Rainmaker's end. He just wanted to go past him. That's been unfortunate. He's probably going for the 7-4 ball at the very beginning of it. Then he's gonna take out DD with that. He's software saying for 1 health. Okay, he wants to be as safe as possible then for DD. That's fine. He is getting the 7-4 ball. Hopefully the software set like helps there. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But we'll see what happens. Oh, okay. Yep, sucked up. You can get around all of these patterns, but if you get sucked up by him, there's nothing you do to avoid it. But still, he did. He was being pretty obnoxious. That's just how he is. Like, not normally, but like, just in this run, he's really annoying. Like that. I want to get his Knives and Nightmare Orb. Nightmare Orb has no luck to him, it's just memorizing the patterns. And mashing as fast as he can as well too, so he can get more hits out quicker. That's like a big thing with Nightmare Orb that a lot of people actually probably don't know about. If you mash like the correct way, your star will come out faster. What I do there is just mash as fast as possible, basically, so I can get more hits out. And ooh, bad death. Not a good death there. This fight's very hard, especially for anyone who's not as experienced with it. So it's very easy to just die in it like that. It's really easy to do that. Not so good. Let's see if we can avoid damage here from here on out. Hopefully he can. He has 3 health to work with, thankfully. Alright, cool, he did. Took it a little bit more safely, and that's nice. Now he's on the Nightmare of 2 health. Hopefully he'll be fine here. Hopefully. Nightmare has no luck to him, so he should be good, all things considered. But I guess we'll see what happens. As long as it gets all 6 hits in as soon, like, optimally, you should be fine. Because once it gets past the 6 hit there, it gets a little bit random. Like, cause a lot of runners just don't know how to deal with it, myself included. I think after a certain while, though, Nightmare will repeat his pattern, though. So if you last for a while on the boss, you should go back to a pattern you're more familiar with after a while. This 4th is a little bit tricky. Got it, nice. I think this hitbox stays out there just a little bit, like, for just a little bit. Like, for a good amount of time, so it's not a huge deal. Oh, and you missed that 5th hit. Ooh, that's not good. I think for our last part, he's gonna get immediately to the right and just start shooting stars. There we go. GG. And nice. Congrats on both runners for finishing. Hello? Oh.
Hello?
Hello. How's it going?
It's going alright.
That's good. Congrats to finishing that run.
Thank you very much.
Sucks what happened on 7 too. I saw that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not a good feeling.
Yeah, that was frustrating. I was about 2 minutes ahead of my PB time at that point.
Oh. That's even more frustrating then. I'm sorry.
It's alright, it happens.
Yeah, 7-2 is just like that. It's the most annoying level in the game for a reason.
I saw it coming, I lost that ball right on the first guy, bonkers.
Oof. Yeah, that's the worst.
Which was
I had a run
silly.
yesterday where I lost it on Fan, and I lost like over a minute because of that. It's not a good feeling.
Yep, lost over a minute there, and then World 7 just generally fell apart, but I was really happy with the race up until then.
That's good. That's very good. Yeah, World 7 can be a huge pain in general. It's where like, whenever I practice, I mostly practice like World 6 and 7. That's where the run just always falls apart for a lot of people, myself included.
Usually not quite as bad as it was today, but, you know.
Yeah, it happens. It's just how it is.
Yeah. And it's bound to happen during a race if it's gonna happen. But I had fun, so it's no big deal.
That's the important parts. This game is very brutal with how it works. It will destroy you if you're not, like, I guess, like, up to snuff on your strats. But it's a very fun game regardless. Kirby is cute, and that's important.
Yeah, I wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't fun.
Exactly. It's just how it is, though.
Yep. It looks like Sonic did pretty good today.
Yep.
Is that a PB for him?
Apparently not. It's off about a minute, I think.
Gotcha. I haven't looked up his current PBs.
Yep. What's your PB again, Sonic?
45, 53.
Okay. So yeah,
Oh, shit.
it's about a minute off its PB. That's still pretty good, though. Especially for a race like this.
Mm-hmm.
What's your PB again, Rainmakers?
It is 5206.
Ooh, nice. So yeah, it looks like World 7 destroyed you then.
Yeah, I would have been under, or really close to under 50.
Yeah, it's just how it is. My advice by life game bear at World 6 and 7 in particular is that, thankfully, at the very beginning of World 7, there is a sword they can get. There's like 2 sword enemies. You can just take that and then just get through, basically practice all the rest of World 7 from there. Because all you need at the beginning of World 7 is just that sword, which is right there in the first room anyways. Even though you're not facing Meta Knights. And also for World 6 too, you can just go right into the first room. There's still a berg in the second room that you'd use for the rest of World 7 or World 6 for the most part until you get Tornado. That's my
I've
advice for
definitely
practicing.
done that a bit. I need to do, I guess, individual levels a bit more than I have been.
Oh yeah. That
Or
can be
just-
a bit tricky for this game too, because you need certain powers going to some levels.
Right. Maybe just individual worlds then.
Yeah, that's what I do personally, just individual worlds.
Yep.
River building is also a hard one is weird to practice, but if you unlock the museum that world, there's always a high jump there, and that's what you need for basically the entire world. So
Yeah,
I guess try that out.
I used that when I was practicing. I actually got a gold on that one. I don't see what it
Oh,
is here anymore, but yeah.
Nice. That's
Thanks.
good.
I got one there, and I believe World 6? No, not 6. Yes, 6. I got another gold on 6. 3 and 6.
Yo, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, both of you have any closing thoughts in this race?
Nope.
All right then. I guess in that case, I'll go see what's ahead for this tournament here. So with that victory, Supersonic advances in losers to loses round 3. He will face the loser of Thomas Yim versus Mayazumi coming up soon. Both of them are very good runners, so that should be a very nice race coming up. And speaking of which, that race will be happening on this Friday at 10 p.m. EST. Currently there's no channel assigned to that race, but it should be very nice once that happens.
Agreed.
Yep. I think both repeats are close to each other too. Mayazumi has a 4.245 according to leaderboards, and Thomas has a 4.115, so it's only a minute apart.
Ooh, in a race, that's very close.
Oh yeah. So yeah, loser will face Supersonic and losers. And come up as later today on this exact channel, Speed Gaming 2, will be MK Cocoon versus Botsachu. Cocoon has been destroying this game recently with a lot of optimizations and just in general he's been very good at this game. He's doing very well, so that should be really nice. Cocoon's time is a 40.48 and Potts has a 42.21.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch too.
That'll be good. Then loser will go on to face Dark Shadows in losers. So nice. But yeah, with that, I think we're gonna head off for today. So thanks all for watching, and stick around this channel. At 10:30 p.m. PST is the race I mentioned earlier between Cocoon and Potts. So stick around for that, and I'll see you all around. Bye everyone.